Hello, this is Nicholas Luisi, president of GKIC. I'm here today with our founder, Dan Kennedy, and we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of sponsors and being a sponsor at one of our events. We hold two events, two major events as we call them, Info Summit and Super Conference, and then we hold minor events, the boot camps. And all of those events have sponsors at different levels and different price points. Dan, you've been around our ecosystem. Obviously, you're founded the company. Why is it important for business owners to be sponsors, become sponsors, and what great stories do you have that you could share of people that really built their business on being sponsors at GKIC events?
Well, so I think that last point is the most important point, is that this actually is an audience, a market that is more valuable to the proper vendor, supplier, expert than many audiences 20 times its size.
Sure.
Because when you are exhibiting and otherwise recognized in a sponsor role at, let's say, a super conference or an info summit, you are in front of a group where 80% plus are actually implementing what they are being exposed to. First of all, their buying activity is actually enormous on a per head basis. What they spend with us,
Sure.
what they spend with other speakers,
Sure.
and what they spend with our exhibitors and sponsors. There's a significant percentage of that room that is spending tens of thousands of dollars every time they come to a GKIC event. That doesn't exist anywhere else. If you're an exhibitor or a sponsor at a regular association convention of some kind, you may see 20 times the people, but you are not going to see people like this. It's just not going to happen. And the evidence of it is, that point that you made, is that there are a number of vendors who literally have launched or built their business in orbit solely around us and have only begun to deal with other markets at a certain point of considerable growth. Some choose never to. What we provide them is so good and so sufficient,
Right.
They don't feel a need to even go outside our world. But if you examine a company like Infusionsoft, which is a now enormously valuable small business software company, and it's invested in by Goldman Sachs. It's invested in by Bain.
Capital.
Infusionsoft was birthed and built in the GKIC platform, ecosystem, largely at GKIC events, and probably would have been stillborn anywhere else. The nature of what they do, the sort of direct marketing sophistication of the system they built,
Sure.
You have to have some pre-need, some pre-understanding of why you want to do all those things to want that thing to do them with.
Right.
And so the small business owner brought off the street is a very difficult customer for them. A member of ours is a great customer
Sure.
for them. Our members are already trying to do these 47 things that their system facilitates.
Right.
Hardly anybody else is trying to do but 4 or 5 of them. If you look at a company like 3D Mail Results,
Travis Lee.
Keith and Travis Lee, who've been with us for a long time. So 3D Mail has business outside of our ecosystem, but they'll be the first to tell you there are no other customers who are nearly as good for them as the customers that come from GKIC events. And most of the rest of their best customers come from info marketers who grew out of being GKIC members.
Sure.
If you look at e-launchers,
Okay, sure.
a Partif
Partif
Shaw's
Shaw,
company,
sure, right.
elaunchers.com.
Right.
They really are a vendor who has built their services and systems to facilitate what we teach.
Right.
Right? And so the customer, the client they get from us is infinitely superior to the client they get from anywhere else. Advantage, Adam Whitty's publishing company. Adam will tell you the same, the absolute same truth. So we literally have been an incubator for a number of businesses that if you take Kia Arian, who does graphic design for me and for a number of my clients, she had a small printing and graphic arts business and wound up with Ben Glass at greatlegalmarketing.com, who came from us, has a client who then, of course, she gets a sell-through opportunity because whoever Ben is using to do his, all of Ben's coaching members, all the other lawyers who are paying attention to greatlegalmarketing.com, they want that person. Okay? That leads her backwards into the GKIC world, where a lot of people say, well, okay, she's already trained in this methodology. So, look, every kind of support service, there's what I call monkeys with typewriters, right?
Right.
So there's all sorts of people who can build you a website, but they have no comprehension of why we do what we do as direct marketers. There's all sorts of graphic artists, right? Anybody can put together a brochure.
Right.
Okay? Right down the street from wherever you are, probably as close as your nearest Starbucks, and in fact, probably sitting in the Starbucks, running your business on a laptop, there's a graphic artist. Okay? But none of them have been trained by GKIC and by GKIC members to do this in a way that facilitates great and effective direct marketing, right? So members benefit from access to these kinds of vendors. There are my Kennedy certified copywriters for info marketers, right? Well, it doesn't necessarily mean the guy's a great copywriter. You have to decide that for yourself. But here's what you do know. What you know is the guy has taken a 12-module course, so he at least understands what the hell an info marketer is and what they do, right? So that's all a great benefit to all of our members. But for these vendors, what a benefit we deliver to them, because we deliver to them trained customers. Okay? We deliver to them people who are already trying to get done what they do. So when 3D Mail Results is talking to them about why you should, send a cup in a box with a stuffed animal in it that jumps out when the box is opened, that, they are not having a conversation with someone resistant. They are having a conversation with somebody who already gets that.
Right.
And is looking for the next great idea that I can use to do object mail and obligation mail, and already knows those terms, already knows what that means, right? So, I mean, they're really in the advertising specialty business, and there's a blue bazillion people in the advertising specialty business.
Right.
But from our member standpoint, better to deal with them because they understand how to put those things in the context of direct marketing campaigns. And from their standpoint, so much better to deal with our members than anybody else because our members already understand why you do it, how to do it. They're less price sensitive because they understand what it does to ROI and so forth. So we're a platform that launches a lot of vendors, transforms a lot of vendors' businesses to be better, more profitable businesses, and delivers much better customers or clients.
Three things on that. One that we hear, especially for exhibitors that go to a number of different events that are similar to ours, they say the GKIC member is a much better customer for them. They're a much better business person. They're looking for solutions. when we goes back to when we do a post-event analysis, the one thing they want is more vendors that understand what we do, how we do it, why we do it, so that they could just plug and play. Because time is everybody's
Of course.
number one commodity, and they don't want to train the exhibitors or the vendors. They want us to vet those and find them for that. And I think that's one of the benefits of being a member of GKIC is access to vendors that get what we do. And I would venture to say it'd be fun if we could ever get you to do it with us. Is I remember Inc. magazine did a Venn diagram of all the different businesses that spun off because of Apple.
Right.
And I remember it would be interesting if we did one for GKIC to see all the different exhibitors and businesses.
Well, it's significant and it's diverse.
It's multi-layered.
And it is, again, businesses that have sort of come in the door, sometimes as members,
Sure.
And become vendors, but they have come in the door with a business that looked like one thing.
Right.
And it has been really transformed, although it still delivers the same basic services. It has really been transformed by its ability to access GKIC members and package its services in a way that facilitates what those members want because of what they have learned from us.
Sure. Dan, I appreciate your time. Thank you. I think everybody that has a business should be an exhibitor at one of our events, either Super Conference, Boot Camp, Info Summit, or your private event. Thank you.